You've tried to change before. Maybe it was the gym, maybe it was the diet, the morning routine, the phone addiction, the drinking. You started strong. You felt it this time. This time was different. And then life happened. Stress, family, work, one bad day. And just like that, you were back to exactly who you were before. Here's what nobody tells you. You didn't fail because you were weak. You failed because you were using the wrong system. Today, I'm going to give you the right one. 5 Japanese principles working together that don't just break bad habits. They make going back to them feel impossible. And I have to warn you, this system will ask you to start smaller than you've ever started before. So small, it will feel embarrassing. So small, you'll think it can't work, until it does. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And in the comments, tell me the one habit you've tried to break more than 3 times and failed. I read every single one. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The moment everything changes. This is Theo, same Theo from our last video. You already know him, 29 years old, logistics, decent life on paper. But Theo had a different problem this time. Not discipline, not focus. Theo had spent 3 years trying to fix his relationship with food. Not obsessively, just the slow, quiet way it happens to most people. The stress eating after long shifts. The takeout 5 nights a week because cooking felt like one more thing. The weight creeping up until one morning he couldn't button his work shirt without holding his breath. He'd tried before. A brutal calorie restriction diet lasted 19 days. A no-sugar challenge, broken on day 8 by a gas station chocolate bar. A gym membership used for 2 months, then abandoned when work got busy. Every time he failed, the same thought returned. Maybe this is just who I am. That thought is the most dangerous sentence a person can believe about themselves. Then one evening, flipping through his phone at 11 p.m., again, Theo stumbled across a short documentary about Okinawa, Japan, the oldest population on Earth. People living past 100, active, sharp, present. Researchers had spent decades trying to understand why. The answer wasn't a miracle food. It wasn't genetics. It was 5 principles. 5 ways of living so simple they almost seemed like nothing, until you understood what they did together. Theo wrote them down, and over the next 6 months, they changed everything. Chapter 2, the 5 laws. Law 1, Ikigai, your reason. The first thing Theo did was stop asking, how do I lose weight? Dr. Yamamoto, the Japanese physician in the documentary, said something that stopped Theo cold. Your bad habits are not the problem. They are the solution to a problem you haven't named yet. Stress eating isn't weakness, it's a coping mechanism. And you cannot remove a coping mechanism without replacing the thing it's protecting you from. So Theo asked a harder question. Why does this actually matter to me? Not the surface answer, the real one. After sitting with it, the answer arrived. Theo wanted to be someone his younger brother looked up to. His brother was 16, overweight, heading down the same path. If Theo couldn't fix himself, he had no right to say a word to that kid. But if he could show him the way without saying anything at all. That's Ikigai, your reason for living. Not motivation. Motivation is weather. Ikigai is bedrock. When you know why it matters, you no longer need to force yourself. You just move toward it. Law 2, Kaizen, 1%. With his why locked in, Theo made his first change. Not a diet overhaul, not a gym plan. The smallest possible move he could think of. Every morning before anything else, 1 glass of water. That's it. His first reaction? This is embarrassing. This can't work. That's exactly how it should feel. Because Kaizen, continuous improvement through microscopic changes, works precisely because your brain doesn't notice it. Drastic change triggers resistance. Your nervous system reads it as a threat and fights back. But a glass of water? Your brain has no alarm for that. And here's the math nobody talks about. 1% better every day for a year doesn't mean 36% improvement. It means 37 times better. That's compound growth applied to human behavior. By day 14, Theo didn't think about the water. His body expected it. He had built, without trying, the one thing every habit needs before it can grow. Proof that he could keep a promise to himself. That proof was the real product. The water was just the vehicle. Law 3, Hara Hachi Bu, 80%, 2 weeks in. Theo added one thing, half the food on his plate, not calorie counting, not restriction, just put less on the plate. The Okinawan elders call this Hara Hachi Bu. Eat until you're 80% full, because your stomach takes 20 minutes to signal your brain that it's satisfied. By the time most people feel full, they've already gone past it. Theo's rule, eat what's on the half plate, wait 20 minutes. If still hungry, eat more. In 3 weeks, he went back for more exactly twice. Twice. Because he wasn't hungry. He was just used to overfilling. The first 2 kilos came off without trying. Law 4, Wabi-Sabi. Imperfection is part of the path. Then came the test. Week 5, Theo's friend's birthday. Table full of food, drinks, pressure from every direction. He ate too much, drank 2 beers, went to bed feeling like he'd destroyed everything. The next morning he lay there and felt the familiar pull. I already broke it. What's the point? This is where 90% of people quit. Not because they failed, because they believed failure meant the journey was over. Wabi-Sabi is the Japanese understanding that nothing is perfect, nothing is permanent, and nothing is complete. And that imperfection is not the enemy of beauty. It is the beauty. One bad night doesn't erase 5 weeks. It's a stumble, not a fall. The difference? When you stumble, you lose your balance for a second. When you fall, you stop moving completely. Theo drank his water the next morning. Half plate at breakfast. Walked to the end of the street and back. Not because he felt like it, because he had decided in advance that this is what Theo does. Law 5, Gambaru. You endure, Gambaru. Gambaru means to persist, to keep moving even when it's uncomfortable. Not because you're fearless, but because you've decided the discomfort is temporary and the identity you're building is permanent. By month 3, Theo had lost 9 kilos. But more importantly, he had proved something to himself across 12 weeks of ordinary mornings, hard days, and imperfect nights. He was no longer someone who tried to have discipline. He was someone who had it. That shift from trying to being is the entire game. Chapter 3, the transformation. 6 months later, Theo's brother visited. They went for a walk. Just a walk, nothing planned. His brother kept up easily. On the way back, the brother said, "You look different. What are you doing?" Theo thought about how to answer. He could talk about water and half plates and Japanese philosophy. Instead, he said, "I stopped trying to become someone else overnight. I just started being slightly better than yesterday. Every day." His brother nodded slowly. 3 weeks later, Theo got a text, a photo. His brother standing in his kitchen, holding up a glass of water. The message underneath. Day when. That's the thing nobody tells you about real transformation. It isn't contained to you. When you change, visibly, consistently, without announcing it, you give permission to everyone watching. You become the proof that it's possible. And the people who need that proof most are usually the ones closest to you. Closing. Here's the system. 5 laws, 1 at a time. Start with Ikigai. Find the real reason, not "I want to be healthy." The deeper one, the one that makes your chest tighten when you say it out loud. Then add Kaizen, the smallest possible change. So small it seems pointless. Water, 5 push-ups, 1 page. Anything you cannot excuse your way out of. Then Hara Hachi Bu. Practice stopping before you have had enough, in food, in distraction, in anything that has a habit of taking too much from you. Then Wabi-Sabi. Accept that you will stumble. Plan for it. Decide now what you'll do the morning after a bad night, because that morning is coming. And who you are in that moment is who you actually are. And finally, Gambaru. Endure. Not forever, just today. Just this morning, just this one small promise. Here's your challenge. Pick your smallest change. Right now. Write it in the comments, not your whole plan. Just the first thing. The one thing you can do tomorrow morning that is so small it almost embarrasses you. Because when you write it here, you've done something the old version of you never did. You've made it real. The version of you that scares your old self is already being built. One microscopic choice at a time. See you in the next one.